back to my channel. Everkum ende channelilekku swagatham. So today we will see the registration in New Zealand. Many of the viewers have requested me to do a video regarding the registration for radiographers in New Zealand. I have already done videos about HCPC registration for UK as well as Koru registration for Ireland. Those who have not yet watched, have watched those videos. The same as an overseas or an international applicant, we are doing registration to New Zealand. So if you want to know more about the registration, you can go through their website, that is New Zealand Medical Radiation Technologies Board, that is www.mrtboard.org.nz. so it's given in the app. If you are going through this website, you can read more about how to do the registration. And if you are following my channel, I am very glad that I will be explaining each steps in detail. So in the case of radiographers registration in New Zealand, the registration process will take about 6 to 8 weeks, and you have to do the registration. So before moving on to the registration, we will be discussing what all documents are needed for this registration for today's session. And after getting the registration, you have to apply for an annual practicing certificate. After that only you will be eligible to work in New Zealand. So who all can apply for being in this part of register? Means any in the radiographers family, that is, or radiology or the radiation therapist, everyone can apply. That is as a magnetic resonance imaging technologist, or a medical imaging technologist, or a nuclear medicine technologist, radiation therapist, sonographer, trainee magnetic resonance imaging technologist, trainee nuclear medicine technologist, as well as trainee sonographer. So any of these, if you are preferring for any of these categories, you can apply for a registration for in New Zealand. So in this we have, as we have seen for Koru or HCPC, likewise we are also applying as an international applicant. So first, before moving on to the register, it have to be done through that website. I have already discussed. Through that website we have to do the registration. So before moving on to the registration, we have to make sure that these documents are ready. So which all are the documents I will read upon? That is, you require the certified copy of your qualification certificate. Many of them have used to ask me about this certified copy. It is simply the attestation that's meant by the certification. So certified copy of your qualification certificate is needed. Then 2 certificate of good character, that is 2 people have to certify about your character, and those people whom you are not that much close, or your chief or the HOD, anyone can provide. Anyway, they have to provide it. You have to get 2 certificates of good character, then 1 passport style photograph, and evidence of name change. If you had any name change, it have to be given. Then a criminal conviction notice, that is no more than 6 months old, issued by the Ministry of Justice. So a police clearance certificate is needed, along with a criminal conviction notice of not more than 6 months old from each country you have lived and worked in for more than 12 months. So if you are in some other country for the last 12 months or 6 months, you have to get a clearance certificate from that country also. Since if you are being to India and if you are now living in some other country, you have to get the clearance certificate from that country also. Then you have to have an official academic transcript, then a clinical logbook. It is something different with HCPC and Koru. You have to have the logbook with you. Then a full course curriculum in English. So your entire syllabus is needed along with thesis or dissertation. Thesis means a project you have undergone. From this registration also, diploma as well as degree people can apply. Only thing is that you have to do the thesis or the project. Then you have to get a professional body certification. That means once we have registered to a professional body, you will receive one certificate that is needed. Then the clinical experience form. There is a form you have to fill up, and the clinical experience you have to show. Then the good standing certificate. Good standing certificate you have to buy from the professional body. So good standing certificate is needed. And the main and the most important thing is that while you are applying for this registration, you should have a minimum of 5 years of experience in that particular field. If you are applying for as a magnetic resonance imaging technologist, then you should have a 5 years of experience in this field, and a curriculum vitae, CV should be given. Then evidence of meeting the English language requirement. So IELTS is very mandatory for this registration. Then IELTS is not needed in some other aspects, means if you are completed your qualification in these countries, for example Australia, Canada, Ireland, South Africa, United Kingdom or United States of America, then no need if you are under the qualification in these countries. Or if you are practicing as a registered health practitioner, means if you are practicing in any of these countries for a minimum of 2 years in the last 5 years. So if you have worked in any of these countries for the last 2 years, then no need of IELTS. If you are being in India and if you are planning for a Newzealand registration, then IELTS is mandatory. So if we are giving no there, that means if you are not being qualified in any of these countries, or if you have not worked in any of these countries, then IELTS is mandatory. So IELTS for the radiographer, in spite of writing, all other elements should have minimum of 7, and for writing not less than 6.5 score is also needed. So these all are the documents which are needed for the Newzealand registration. So first you have to get ready all these documents. After that you have to go ahead with the registration. So we will discuss more about the registration in the next session. Until then, stay safe and stay happy. So before moving on to stay healthy and stay happy, if you like all my videos, please do support me by subscribing and enabling the bell icon too. Also, you have to share with your friends, colleagues, and please do support me. And for radiographers, I have yet another news to share with you. I am doing online sessions for the professionals. So those who wish to join can join with me for the class sessions. So that I will be taking the theory sessions for you to qualify the licensing exam. So with that, I am winding up. So stay tuned for my next update. Until then,